into the new stuff because we have a lot of new stuff. Obviously, we have a new character that just came out. We have Rouge, right? She's right here. She looks great. And I do want to look at her kit. Now, the other thing that happened, there's been a little bit of an oopsie, I do believe. And multiple characters have been added to the Wikipedia that were not supposed to be added here. Let me see. I mean, maybe it's been removed, though, actually. I don't know. Has it been removed? Is it already too late? No, they're here. Phantom has been added. So you have a new character here. During the day, she's a librarian at the Argus' biggest library. At night, she's a phantom thief who punishes evil in the name of justice. Though she believes she keeps her night activity well hidden, most of the people who should know of it already do. There it is. Sin? You think it's Sin? Elysian bestseller. I doubt it. No, I think it has nothing to do with Sin. Otherwise, we would know about the background. Oh, on the home screen, it is, yeah. So, here we have, like, so they basically officially leaked some of the characters, right? So we are going to be looking into it, and it's crazy that it's just, like, in the game. So we can assume that this character and the other one that's here are going to be available in the, very soon. Oh, she kind of a deep voice, I like that. So she's like a phantom thief kind of character. She seems to be a sniper rifle user. I think that's a sniper rifle. She's like a magician. I like her smile. I think she's cool. We do have a little bit of a jiggle here, obviously. She reminds me of Joker with that mask. I think she looks awesome. Not gonna lie. So that's not a sniper rifle, actually. I mean, it kind of looked like one, but I guess this is an AR. We have a little chibi here. Looking pretty good. Here she's shooting like it's a pump action rifle, but it doesn't seem to be. So let's go back and let's check her details. Now we're gonna get actually all of her information. So we know that she's burst 3. She's water code, okay. She is using an assault rifle. She has a 60 ammo capacity. Reload time is 2 seconds. So that's pretty interesting. She is a Elysian character, so that's pretty interesting because if we look at Pride Win real quick, I'm gonna bring up Nikke here. I like AR guns, me too. So if we look at characters and we check Elysian, I'm blind right now. Wait, is it not possible? Oh, okay, there it is. Elysian. Yeah, so I feel like Elysian is not doing like super well, to be honest, in terms of character. It's a bit lacking in my opinion, especially when you talk about very strong characters, right? Like some of them are pretty good, like D Killer Wife is pretty good, I think. Diesel is okay. Emma used to be a good healer, but nowadays it's a bit eh. Guillotine needs a lot of investment, and she's more of a situational pick for like some bosses, right? Maiden, she's good in PvP, that's pretty much it. Marciana is a decent healer. Like, it's not like we have, like, massive powerhouse. Privity and Unkind Maid, they have some usage. Privity is pretty good, like, she has, like, that big AoE stun, right? She can help with that, but it's just, like, better option in general, right? And Privity, she can work for, like, shotgun teams and stuff like that. But overall, I think that Elysian is really lacking, especially in terms of meta character, like you say, right? So it's interesting to see a potential attacker from Elysian, and I really hope that she's going to be good, right? Also, if we just check any manufacturer and we check water, what do we have in terms of water DPS? We have Emilia, which is... I mean, Emilia is a collab character, right? So I wouldn't really count her because I think like the majority of people is probably not gonna have her, right? And if we check Burst 3 specifically, Ludmilla is more of a single target kind of thing. She has pretty good damage, but like she's not she's not able to clear waves, right? She doesn't have a wave clearing ability. Helm is kind of out of the meta. Emilia is doing okay. She's decent, but like as I said, she's a limited character, a double limited character. Ludmilla is OP against bosses, definitely. I love her. She was one of my first characters that I like maxed out. Neon Blue Ocean is pretty bad. Like, we don't actually have that many things. And now we do have Phantom and another character here that I'll talk about later because she's also a new addition. So yeah, there's really potential to have a strong water DPS in my opinion, or like alternative to Ludmilla, because Ludmilla is also a limited character, right? So I think we do need a permanent water code DPS, and this could be a good option. So let's see what she actually does. So we can see the Thief Sculling card. Activate with hitting a rapture with a normal attack if the rapture is not in calling card status. Affect the target with calling cards. Minus 32.9% defense for 5 seconds? That's a massive debuff. Activate within a rapture with a normal attack if the rapture is not in calling card status. Affix self. Thieves Dagger. Hit rate plus 25.75%. So hit rate is pretty good. Stacks up to 3 times and slide for 5 seconds. So she gets a 75% hit rate buff. But this is only if it's not in calling card status. Okay. Activate when hitting a target with a normal attack if the target is in calling card status. Affect self. Attack damage plus 75% for 1 round. Okay, we'll see. I would say that this skill value is leaked. Yeah, sure, it is, but this is like in the game. So to me, this is pretty definitive. But obviously, let's take this with a grain of salt. Maybe this is gonna change, right? Alright, let's read the rest and we'll go back to it because I want to know exactly how does the calling card status function exactly, right? I mean, it says it here, calling card for 5 seconds. Okay, so never mind. So essentially, if you hit the enemy, they don't have calling card, they get a debuff. On top of it, so when you hit them and they don't have calling card, they get calling card and you get a 25% hit rate buff. What has me confused is that it stacks up to 3 times. But you only get this if the enemy is not in calling card. So this means that you can only get 1 at a time. So maybe there's a way to gain more stacks from other aspects of the kits. Unless I'm misunderstanding something, which is very possible. On top of it here, when the enemy is in calling card, you essentially buff your attack. It's like, when you hit the enemy, you buff your attack for 1 round. But that probably means that if you keep hitting the enemy, you just have that buff permanently, right? Okay, let's see the second passive. Skill 2. Activate when Thieves Dagger is fully stacked. So Thieves Dagger is the hit rate. So when you have 75% hit rate, you also gain affect the target in calling card status after the stack are removed. Deal 84.33% of final attack as additional damage. Calling card status is removed after the effect is triggered. So essentially, the way I understand it is that you attack the enemy, you stack up your calling cards, you stack up your Thieves Dagger, and when you have all stacks, hitting the enemy is gonna remove the calling card, so the defense down, and they're gonna take like a big burst of damage, essentially. Activate when Thieves Dagger is fully stacked, affect self after the stack is removed. Distributed damage, 13%, approximately 13%, continuously stacks up to 3 times. Stack and remove after burst skill is cast. So your distributed damage is increased by 12.86%. It stacks up to 3 times, and they're removed when you cast your burst skill. So essentially, it can stack up to approximately, let's say, 39%, right? And once your ulti does deal distributed damage, so you can buff your ulti by almost 40%. That's pretty good. Active after landing 10 normal attack, affect self. Attack up by 85%. Distributed damage up by 32% for 10 seconds. So you can have a buff that goes up to essentially 72% distributed damage buff. That's huge. And here the ulti is literally just a big wipe. And see, I was telling you, we currently have single target in Ludmilla. She is gonna have a big wipe. That's huge. So she does 1457% of final attack damage as distributed damage that can be buffed by up to 72%, which is kind of big. Now, what has me slightly confused is how do you stack the Thieves Dagger? Because you stack up to 3 times but only lasts 5 seconds. But you only get it if the Rapture is not in calling card status. Activate waiting a Rapture with normal attack if the Rapture is not in calling card status. I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused by that. Because the calling card just takes effect if the enemy is not in calling card status. And so that, to me, this means that you only get one stack every 5 seconds. But if the stack only lasts 5 seconds, I'm kind of confused about that. I'm gonna have to... I feel like this is something I'm gonna have to test. Because, like, from the text itself, I don't get it. But, like, on paper, she looks interesting. So essentially, she has pretty good, like, single target damage with some, like, burst on the enemy with the Thief's Dagger. And then when the burst, she can do, like, a massive wipe attack damage. Which can be pretty good. I like this. I'm very curious to see if she's gonna work well with the other girl. So, this is Phantom, right? We also have another girl, and it's actually an alternate version of one of the girls that you can unlock through the rehabilitation system. And it is Quency. So we are getting Quency, the Escape Queen. And look at her. She looks great, dude. I love her. I mean, she has massive booba, which is ridiculous, but yeah. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Like, the pendant is in here, and see, she throws the card. And then it's replaced by something random in the middle. It can be the card, and she gets a pendant. I guess it's random, and you have a chance that it's the hamster. Show me the hamster again. Maybe the chance is like super low, and I got lucky. Ah, there it is! I love it! Damn, okay. So I want to see what she actually... Let me... Oh my god! Okay! That's crazy. That's absolutely bananas. That's an outfit and a half. Okay. We're gonna have to blur that, otherwise this video is certainly gonna get demonetized. Okay. Yeah, so she has like double SMGs. Oh my, this is ridiculous, dude. This is ridiculous. What's crazy is that they're coming out just before anniversary. They're really trying hard to make us waste our resources, huh? Those, I mean, I don't think they're gonna be limited characters. The way she just walks around, I really like her. I'm so happy because I kept saying how the rehabilitation character, the thing that bothered me with those is that they just stay with their like prison outfits. So I'm really happy that we get something different here, and I really like it. So let's have a look at what she actually does. First of all, let me see. Can I go back? I want to see her information. There it is. Quency has become one of the thieves of justice, at least for today. She's searching for an escape route in the name of justice. She's from Real Kindness. So she is still part of all the people from the rehabilitation center. She doesn't change squad. Missiles, obviously. And she's a burst 3 attacker. Okay, interesting. So they are both burst 3 attackers. I wonder if they're gonna complement each other, right? Because the other one had a 40-second burst cooldown. I keep going back by mistake. Alright, let's see what she actually does here. She's also water, so they are both water attack burst 3 characters. So, secure route. Activate only when explore route stage 1 is fully stacked. Affect self. Distributed damage. They both have distributed damage. Okay. Distributed damage increased by 50% continuously. Activate only when explore route stage 2 is fully stacked. Affect self. Damage dealt when attacking core plus 25% 0.25 continuously. Activate only when explore route stage 3 is fully stacked. Affect self. Critical rate increased by 16.73% continuously. So essentially, every time she reaches different stage of explore route, which is her second passive, she gets a buff. In total, if you finish route 3, I assume that you get 25%, 50% distribute damage buff, 25% damage to core buff, and 16.73% critical rate. Okay, let's check Explorer. So this is just a self buff. So she's very, let's say, selfish. Explore route. Activate after landing 2 normal attack. Affect self. Effects in each phase vary. Previous effect trigger repeatedly. Very nice. So they do all stack up. It's not one then the other then the other. Stage 1 affect self. Hit rate 1.36%, stack up to 10 times and last for 2 seconds. So every 2 normal attack, you get 1 stack. How many stack are they? 10 times. So essentially, with 20 bullets, you max out all of your stacks. How many bullets does she have? She has 120. Ooh, interesting. So with 20 bullets, she gets a max stack for stage 1. And she gets a bonus of 13% hit rate, 24% attack. And then, because from 20 bullets, she's gonna get those stacks on top of distributed damage. Then stage 2 can work. And it gives her 27% hit rate and 49% attack. Previous effect triggers repeatedly. Wait, does that mean that she gets 49% attack plus 24% attack? That's crazy. That sounds crazy. It doesn't replace the previous one? I mean, they say previous effect trigger repeatedly. That means that she actually gets 13, 27. She actually gets like a 40% hit rate, as well as essentially like a 74% attack percentage. On top of it, she gets like bonus core damage. And then with step 3, she gets 40%. Oh, this one stacks only 5 times. So this one gets 20% hit rate and 73 divided by 2. That's going to be like 40, 41, 30, 34, 37, 30, yes, 36, around 36% attack percentage. So that means that the amount of bullets you need to actually get to stage 3 is 20, 40, and so in 50 bullets, you max stack your skill 2. So 50 bullets gets you all of this, all of that. That's crazy. And considering how fast she shoots, 50 bullets is gonna go fast. That's not even half her clip. That's crazy. Okay, and the ulti. Affect self. Attack damage increased by 57% for 10 seconds. Reloading speed increased by 25.87% for 10 seconds. Affect all enemies. Deal 1736.31% of final attack as distributed damage. That's crazy. That is a lot, dude. She just self-buffed insanely and incredibly fast. That looks very good. And yeah, again, we have a lot of like... This is a lot of wiping. Because this is also affect all enemies. And the other girl, Phantom, also have affect all enemies. I feel like she's gonna be pretty good for like campaign. And probably also for boss with ads, right? So I could see that being very good. What's the... let me check out the arc. Maxed out from passive 2 and burst gives herself 118% attack. That's crazy! That's insane how much she buffs herself. Because water... Is water good against fire? It's Harvester. A Vester doesn't really summon stuff, do they? I was kind of wondering, like, are they going to be strong against the special anomaly interception? It doesn't look like they're going to have... Like, the wiping ability is not going to be that great. Although they have multiple parts. Distributed damage count for multiple parts, right? Imagine that in buff from Litter and Crown, she's going to be insane. Yeah, absolutely. I think the 2 new characters there look really good, to be honest. That's surprising. And then on top of it, we also have the new character that is Rouge. So let's have a look at Rouge, because I haven't actually checked her out yet. So let's check that out right now. So those are 2 new characters that are not officially announced, but they've been added to the game. Is it a mistake? Is it just to like have them out? I'm not too sure, but they are here. Now let's look at Rouge. Rouge has been officially announced. Rouge is officially out. She's currently pullable. So we're going to dive into what she does. A Nikke from Squad 777 and the Game Master of Coin Rush. She's competent and friendly, but is often troubled by her superstitions. Whenever this happens, she feels anxious about bad luck coming her way. She looks so worried. I'm so sad. But yeah, I think she looks great. I love her design. She's finally out of NPC jail, which is fantastic. and we can see her shooting animation. First of all, I love her smile. She's so confident in here. Her pants is so cool too. I like her socks as well. I'm a sucker. I think her outfit is lovely. I just love it. She's a sniper rifle user. Look at that ass shake. I like the red on the underside of her hair. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that to me. I don't remember if this is gonna be red or if it's gonna be purple. But I'm gonna get like an underside kind of hair. Let me ask actually. But I'm gonna get something similar. Okay, animation looks smooth. I like it. I really like her outfit. I think she looks great and I like her sitting pose. We have a little chibi here. Shooting, reloading, being stunned, talking a little bit. I think she's very cute. Okay, let's look at her abilities. So let's see, status detail. So she's a burst 1 Tetra character, obviously. She's from the Bunny Squad, which means, remember, Blank, for example, she needs to be with Noir because that reduces her cooldown. But now that we have Rouge, maybe we can pair Blanc with Rouge. And because Rouge is also B1, Noir is a good character, she's okay, but it's not like she's absolutely OP, especially for Burst 3. But now that we have Rouge, that means that if Rouge is good, we can do Rouge and Blanc together, and then that leaves a slot for DPSs. So let's have a look. With the way it looks here, she seems to be like a healer. I mean, there's hearts, right? So let's have a look. Sniper rifle. What's the cooldown of a burst? 20 seconds. The dream is alive. The dream is alive, chat! Alright, let's see. Activate when attacking with full charge for 8 times. Affect all allies. So she has to do full charge with sniper rifle 8 times. What's her ammo capacity is 6. So you probably want to have a overload line that gives her some max ammo to make sure that she can activate it without having to reload, obviously. So let's keep that in mind. If you want to play her, she's definitely gonna need at least 1 max ammo line. Affect all allies. Max HP, or you need a character that increase her clip size, right? Max HP increased by 5% of the caster's max HP without restoring HP, lasts for 5 seconds. Cooldown of burst skill reduced by 7 seconds. Damn. Okay, it's pretty good. Simple, effective. Coin flip. Activate when assigned to the back row in the back row. Okay. Affect self and 2 allies on both sides. Sword coin. Attack damage increased by 6.65% continuously. Activate when attacking with full charge for 30 times. Okay, that's a lot. But, I mean, if it's continuous, once it's activated, it's permanent. Affect self and 2 allies on both sides when in sword coin status. Shield coin. Damage taken down by 15.2% continuously. Okay. So she gives attack damage. She gives damage reduction. Activates when using burst skill for 5 times. Affect all allies when in shield coin status. Double sword coin. Max HP increased by 15% of caster's max HP without restoring HP continuously. So she gives 15% HP increase, 15% damage taken reduction, and 6.65% attack damage increase for 2 allies. And it's like, they're talking about the back row. So if we look at squad, this is the front row, this is the back row. So essentially, you put her in the spot of leader here, and she's going to be buffing Crown and Modernia in this situation here, right? So that's kind of interesting. Very, very curious. It's kind of fun to see some like positional buff. I don't know why it's at Crown. Alright, now I want to see what her burst actually does. 5 burst is a lot though, but with the burst skill reduction cooldown, it could not be that much, right? Considering she has a burst of 20 seconds, that ends up being 13 seconds, which is kind of massive. So let's see what the burst does. Affect all allies. Attack increased by 15% of caster's attack for 10 seconds. Damn, okay. On top of it, activate when in sword coin status. So essentially, she buffs the entire team by 15% attack, and she also buffs the 2 agents and allies next to her, right? And the buff is going to be max HP increased by 10%, And when you're in shield coin status, which is after, you know, after shooting 30 times, she buffs the HP by 20%. And when she's in double sword, she increases the HP by 30%. So in total, she is potentially increasing the HP to a maximum of 60% with this, of 75%, of 80% with this. So in total, she can increase the HP of her, like, of the allies next to her by 80%. That is bananas. She doesn't heal, but Blanc does. Right? Blanc's a healer. Where's Blanc? There she is. She's one of my highest character, obviously. Oh, look at that. Yeah, because Blanc, she creates a shield, which protects all allies. And here we have constantly recover 2.62% of caster's final max HP every 1 second for 5 seconds. When full burst ends with an eye from the same squad still on the battlefield, affects self cooldown burst kill minus 40.76 seconds. This is like 5, 5, 10. I didn't max her out, but this is obviously enough. This is what you need to have a 20%, a 20-second cooldown, right? Because at base she has 60. With this, she can cast it every 20 seconds. Now, what's interesting is that the other one is going to have a cooldown of 13 seconds because of her first passive, which means that you might want to actually increase Rabbit Twins W to a higher level. That way you're not on a cooldown of 20 seconds. Let me see Pride Win real quick. Because what I want to check right now is any manufacturer. There we go. At max level, if we check here, the cooldown doesn't increase. Okay, interesting. So I wonder if it's possible to make sure that you will have... I mean, even if you have to wait a little bit while still using the first skill, it's not a big deal. Essentially, you'll still be able to use it every single time, so that's fine. And then here, obviously, she still heals all allies with her ulti, and she gives indomitability, etc., etc. So this is pretty good. I think she's a great replacement of Noor, right? Because, like, Noor is okay. She buff everyone, right? A 14% buff is like not that mind-blowing, but like the best part is obviously the max ammunition capacity, and it's increase of 5 rounds. At this level, it can be... It doesn't increase more, but the reload... It does reload the magazine. Like, this is not a massive increase, that's why I let it at level 9. So if you have all 3 together, Noor is going to be enough to make sure that she's able to do all of her stacking, right? Because she have to shoot 8 times for her first passive. And then here, she affects all enemies, and she buffs shotguns and all the good. So I feel like if you just want to have a support squad, and you just... Like, if you want to go for the full 7-7 squad, obviously you can put them together. They're gonna work fine together. But if you're looking for someone that's gonna replace Noor and just be a dedicated support, I can definitely see people switching Noor for Rouge and just having 2 slots available for stronger burst 3 DPSs, right? So there is definitely potential there. I think she looks great. I do think she looks great. Have they ranked her yet? Let me see. Tier list? I don't think they have yet. No, they haven't yet, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out, an eye open there to see what people believe, how good they might be in the future. Let's check Nikke GG real quick. Just in case. They haven't yet either. Okay, so yeah, I think she looks great. I really, really want her. The thing is that, I mean, let's be real, she's not coming at a good time. Considering that people are saving for the anniversary. Although, I will say, anniversary-wise, I do have 520 golden millage tickets. So I am guaranteed 2 SSR from there, right? Which means maybe I can be a little bit sussy baka and try to pull for her. Should we try to pull for her a little bit? Should we try to pull for her a little bit? Maybe a 10 pull for the lulz? I mean, she's not limited, so you can add her to your wish list in the future, right? Let's try 1 10 pull, just for fun. Just for fun. Ah! Tetra? Can you imagine if I actually get her on 110 pool? Tetra? Oh, yes! Streamer luck confirmed! Insane! Oh my god! Incredible! Incredible streamer luck! Yo! Easy! Easy! Alright, I was gonna say I'll do 110 pool. If I don't get her, that's fine. I'll put her on my wishlist in the future. Bam! Now I go back to saving for the anniversary. Thank you very much. Thank you for playing. Bye YouTube. See you next time.